अल्लाह का जितना शुक्र अदा करूँ इतना कम है कि मैं एक पठान की बेटी हूँ।
Actually, around 2000 years ago, Swat was known as Udyana, which means beautiful garden. And some people even say that the word Swat is derived from the word Sawadat, which means glittering, because the rivers of Swat glitter with beauty. The valley of Swat was a very peaceful place to live until the 11th century. That is when many people tried to conquer the land and rule upon it. Amongst the population present in Swat today, there are many cultural groups living, in which the most prominent ones are Pashtuns, Yusufzais, Kohistanis, Gujars, and Awans. But despite their types, all the people of Swat welcome their guests lovingly and are very kind. Thank you very much.
खुशी हुई कि स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट्स थी, बहुत शुक्रिया इसका। और अब इनसे पूछते हैं कि इनको कैसा लगा।
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much for having me for such a lovely warm welcome, and it's just so good to see so many of you in school and doing really well, and to see the other side of the culture as well. I've heard so much about it from Raz, and it's just really nice to see it in person. And well done everybody, and keep going.
बेसिकली हम लोग इंग्लैंड में होते हैं और वहाँ हम लोग एज ए रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट हैं, सीनियर रिसर्च साइंटिस्ट इन कैंसर। यहाँ पे वहाँ पे हमारा इमेज ये है कि उसका कि इनको स्कूल नहीं जाने दिया जाता, इनके पास अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ नहीं है, ये टैलेंटेड नहीं है। तो हमें ये मुश्किल होती है कि हम उनको बताएं कि आप लोग कितने टैलेंटेड हैं, आपके पास अच्छे स्कूल्स हैं और आप में भी आगे बढ़ने की सलाहियत है। तो इस वजह से हमारी ये कोशिश है कि हम एक YouTube चैनल बनाएं, इसमें बाकायदा हम अपना जो सही तशख़्ख़ुस है वो उजागर करें। और रिबेका जो मेरे पास वहाँ कॉलीग हैं, ये भी आके खुद देखें और फिर जब ये वापस इंग्लैंड जाएंगी तो ये सबको बताएंगी कि इनका वेलकम कैसा था, हॉस्पिटैलिटी कैसी थी, और जो चीज़ें हम वहाँ बिकॉज ऑफ द मीडिया उनको सही समझा नहीं सकते, वो खुद अपनी आंखों से देखें कि हमारा जो एक इमेज है कि हम सिर्फ लड़ाइयाँ लड़ते रहते हैं या हमें जो है ना वो औरतों पे जुल्म होता है, वो ऐसा नहीं है। हम बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं औरतों की, और हमारा जो कल्चर है वो हॉस्पिटैलिटी है, और आप लोगों ने जो हमारा वेलकम किया उसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। इन एडिशन टू दैट थैंक्स अ लॉट मैम नौरीन कि उन्होंने सर इसरार से और फिर सर इरफान से उनसे बात की और हमें ये मौका दिया कि हम दुनिया को दिखा सकें कि आप लोग कितने टैलेंटेड हैं। और हमें उम्मीद है कि आप में से कुछ लोग आगे पढ़ेंगे और जब हम मुस्तकबिल में फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में अपने मुल्क का नाम रोशन करें तो हमें कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स मिलें, कुछ लोग डॉक्टर्स हों, कुछ सर्जन्स हों, इंजीनियर्स हों, तो हम बाकायदा उनका नाम लेके बोल सकें कि देखें हमारे यहाँ सिर्फ, मैं किसी का नाम तो नहीं लेना चाहूँगा कि ऐसी ख़वातीन हैं जो आके हमारा इमेज ख़राब करती हैं, हमारे यहाँ ऐसी ख़वातीन भी हैं जो अपने फील्ड में, करियर में काफ़ी आगे जाती हैं। तो प्लीज़ कोशिश कीजिएगा कि आप लोग भी आगे आएँ और हमें फ़ख्र है आप पे।
What's your favourite subject? English. Why? Very good. So what do you want to be when you're older? In any particular field or? Very good. Did you plan to study here or do you plan to go somewhere else to study or?
Most of Pathans focus on doctor
Okay.
or teaching.
Okay. Why
They
is
want
that?
to become a teacher or a doctor.
Okay. So does this school, is it all the way from
My
primary?
own sister-in-law is mathematician.
Okay.
She is PhD doctorate in mathematics.
Right. Well done. So is this school from infant height to all the way to adult? Okay. Very good. Thank you very much.
मैं अल्लाह का जितना शुक्र अदा करूँ इतना कम है कि मैं एक पठान की बेटी हूँ। मैं बड़ी होकर अपनी मुल्क की हिफाजत करना चाहती हूँ और दुनिया में अपने मुल्क का नाम रोशन करना चाहती हूँ, जिस तरह बाकियों ने अपने मुल्क का नाम रोशन किया। और सबको दिखाना चाहती हूँ कि कोई भी किसी से कमज़ोर नहीं है, बल्कि सबको किसी पर कोई फ़ौक़ियत हासिल नहीं है। हमें चाहिए कि बस अल्लाह पर भरोसा करें, अपनी आगे मेहनत करें बस।
So what grade are you in?
I'm in the 9th grade.
Okay. And how many more grades are there?
1.
One more.
Yes.
What's your favourite subject?
Physics.
Why?
It's a very interesting subject. You get to know about different kinds of topics in this subject, like motion, and then there's rest, and then there's gravity, and a lot more. So
When's your exams?
they're currently going on. One exam left.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do as a job?
I would like to be an army officer.
Okay. And why?
I would love to serve my country, my nation, and my fellow human beings.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, so where I come from, it's kind of portrayed that, girls don't really have a very good education here, and yeah, how do you feel about that?
Quite the opposite, actually. No, here girls are really good with education, and they go really high with the education, and there's nothing like that. Like they stay in home, they don't educate themselves, and no, there's nothing like that.
Yeah, because we're sort of told, that it's quite the girls are quite repressed here. They don't really have a lot of choices to do sort of anything, and they don't get to go to school. So it's really, really nice to come and see that that's not actually true, and that you're all doing really well, and that you have the choice to do things.
Exactly. Like in the past, there was a time where all of this was true, but then eventually we all came through, and then we all fought for our rights and everything. So now very little people think that way. Like very little people, very small number of people have that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
But most of the people are like way better now.
Yeah, well, that's really, really good to hear. So do your parents support you in your community?
Yes, of course. They do, and they must actually, because if that support wasn't with me, then I probably wouldn't be here. So of course they do.
So do you plan to give back in the future then, to help girls like you in the future?
Of course, I would love to.
So how do you plan to do that?
I would definitely, when in the future I become an army officer, I would definitely would love to, go to a school like you, and then tell them the importance of education, and just like that.
Brilliant, well done. and good luck for your exams, and
Thank
keep going.
you so much.
And I'll see you when you're an army officer.
Yes, of course, sure.
When I come back next time.
Yes, sure. You're most welcome here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Thank you so much for coming.